Hey D Squad, it's your girl Diana, y'all. I look a little wrinkled because I'm about to cook supper. Now, I'm doing a collab with Stephanie Budget, and I'm going to actually put her link in this video, guys. She's cooking spaghetti. So tonight I am making, as you see in the ingredients in the beginning, I'm doing pork chops, mashed potatoes, and green beans. I haven't decided how I'm going to do the pork chops yet, so we're just going to kind of go with the flow. But right now I got my potatoes. I'm about to... Anyway, my potatoes that I'm about to cut up. I'm going to cut that part out. Anyway, y'all didn't see that. But and also some bell pepper, onion, and some fresh garlic. And then I'll show y'all the rest. But let me go ahead and cut this up right quick so y'all see this here, right here, right? Sorry for the bouncing. Alright guys, I got the potatoes cut up for the mashed potatoes. So next I'm going to cut up the vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and put these into some hot boiling water. And let them start, because it don't take this long to cook. It don't take pork chops long to cook. And it sure don't take green beans out of a can. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this into the up hot. See y'all in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm just going to cut the bell pepper up. Make sure you get all your little seeds out of there. But this is for the pork chop, so I'm just going to cut them up like, you know what slither mean? Well, that's why I'm cutting them. Like this. Just like that. Y'all can see that? Just like that. So that's how I'm going to cut this up. And I'm also going to cut the onions the same way. The same way. Because it's going to go on top of my pork chops once they cook a little bit. But you guys, I'm going to show you how I season my pork chops as well. So yeah, stay tuned. It's not going to be a long video, so we're just going to do this quickly. And yeah, ain't going to take us long to do it. It's just that I don't want to be just having y'all on here. Keep my little bag for my little trash. So yeah. So anyway, y'all guys, let me turn this up some. So let me tell you how I met Stephanie Budget. I actually met her on Facebook. She's also a YouTuber, guys, so check out her page. I'm going to go to her link, and I'm going to put it down so you guys make sure you go and follow her, support her, show her some love. I love the way that she does things. She's always supporting people on Facebook and on YouTube, most definitely on YouTube. As a matter of fact, if you go to her Facebook page, Stephanie Budget, you'll see that she is actually one of the top fans on another YouTuber's channel. That's amazing. But I have never met her in person, but I love her so dearly because she is very supportive. She reached out to me to do this collab. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to do it. But anyway, yeah, so I want you guys to make sure you go and support her. Again, I'll put her link in the description box, and I'll also put her name for her Facebook page right up on here. So I'll see you in a little bit. Go ahead and cut up this bell pepper and talk to you guys in a little bit because I got to cut up some onion. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and cut up the onion, and this is all I need. You don't need a whole onion, you just want some. So me, I cut this off. I cut this off right here. That there, I go ahead and cut that off, and I go ahead and peel that skin off up here. Just like that. Just like that. You know, let me tell y'all something. I keep looking in this camera, but I look weird because I'm losing weight and I'm starting to look a little funny. I had on the shirt just today, one of my favorite shirts, and I kept looking in the mirror and half of it was hanging over here. And I kept pulling it up and it just didn't look right, but got to get it together. Got to get it together. So anyway, as you can see, I got my onion ready for cutting. So I'm going to also slither this onion, guys, just like that. And all you got to do is just watch, cut down. Just let me see if I can zoom it in some. Zoom it in just a little bit. But just like that, it's not hard at all to get your onions to come out just like this. You want them, this is called slithered, slivers, right, mama? Slithered. So yeah, gotta ask. So that's how I'm doing this onion. They're gonna look like this. You just break it apart. Just break it apart. So we got our onions and our bell pepper. So guys, I'm gonna see when I get ready to cook my garlic. Alright guys, so I'm back. So now what we're gonna get ready to cut up, y'all. Look, this is my garlic. Stephanie, I want you to see I got my garlic. Girl, I hate, let me tell you, I hate cutting up garlic. I hate peeling it. I love the way it smells, I love the way it tastes. So I actually cut up some cloves of garlic. And basically what I'm going to do with these garlic here, I'm going to pretty much just dice them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to chop them up a little bit. So, yeah, so this is where I am so far. This is my, I got my, if you guys can see, I got my, this is my onions and bell peppers, and I'm going to do my garlic. Now, I can't really get the camera down where you guys can see, so I'm going to try to turn it down this way. Yeah, maybe y'all can see it that way. But this is all I'm going to do to the garlic. I'm just going to cut it up like that. I ain't no chef. But I know a little something. I was married to a chef at one time that taught me, but he could do that. This number here, I can't do it. And then I was just with another one that was a chef. Well, I be darned. He showed me how to cut up garlic, but I don't know. I be done cut my finger off. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this garlic. And yeah, once I chop up this garlic, as you can see, don't that look so good? Look at that. Yes. All right. Then we're gonna get the ball rolling on the meat. Alright guys, so I'm going to get ready to wash off my pork chops. Make sure you wash your pork chops, wash your meat off. And the kind of pork chops I have are assorted chops. So I'm going to wash them off and get ready to season them. But yeah, make sure you wash them pork chops. Make sure you wash them and clean them really good. And yeah, line them on up, So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. And then I'm going to get ready to season them. So stay tuned. I'm just washing them and laying them out so that I can season them. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and season my pork chops. These are some of the seasonings that I'm using. Onion powder, garlic powder, Dollar Tree, using some Creole seasoning, using some black pepper. These are some of the seasoning now. And this I'm going to also put some oil. This all comes from the Dollar Tree. All of it. So this is good olive oil to use to cook with so that your pork chops will not be so dry. So I'm going to go ahead and season my chops. You can put whatever seasons you want to put on yours. This is what I put on mine. And I do both sides like that. So yeah. Little black pepper. Don't want to put too much of that. So that's the thing with seasonings, guys. You don't have to go spend a whole lot of money. Just go to the Dollar Tree. They just the same thing. People be wanting to put them on name brand. Well, why I can't get this open? Put them on name brand. You know, ain't nobody got time for that. They want to put them on name brand seasonings on their food. And they the same thing. That's onion powder. And then we put a little Creole seasoning on top. Not too much because I've been making stuff salty. It's already pork. So I don't want to put too much salt. But I'm going to go ahead and season these chops up. And then get ready to line them up in the pan. Alright guys, so this is what I do with the olive oil. I just take a little oil. And I just pour on the chops. And what I'm going to do, as you can see, just a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to take it. And I'm going to rub them together so that, excuse me, so it won't be so much. That's just so they won't be so dry. You know, just take your chops and put them together. Season them up. Also, it's also good for the pan, but I'm going to line, no I'm not because I forgot I'm putting mushroom. So I'm going to put them in this pan, guys, if you can see. Let me move some of this stuff out your way. So they're going to go in this pan right here. And basically I'm just going to line them up. Just like that. And then we're going to start with the next row. So, alright, let me go ahead and season the rest of these chops. Alright guys, so I got the chops, I got them nice and seasoned and got my oil on them. So this is what they're looking like in the pan, if you guys can see that. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and put those in the oven. I have the oven set right now on 400 because I want the flavor to actually sear. So let's go ahead and put these in the oven. You guys can see. I'm going to let them cook uncovered. Don't mind that mess back there. That's my son's stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let them cook in the oven like that for about 10 by 10, 12 minutes. And then I'm going to put some foil onto them so they can cook in their own juices. And then I'd say about 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add the bell peppers and onions and some garlic. So, yeah, so stay tuned for that. Oh, let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. We call it ham seasoning. And what I'm going to do with this ham seasoning, you see that, guys? You can buy this at your local grocery store. We buy it at H-E-B. But anyway, you take this and you cut this up, and I'm saving little onions for my green beans, because you could take a can of green beans and make them taste like they homemade. So this is going into my green beans along with some chopped up onions. So I'm going to chop a few of those slithered onions up just for that purpose, and some garlic. And I'm going to let this fry a little bit, then I'm going to add the green beans, but you guys will see that in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up while I got the meat going. My potatoes are going. You guys can see. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so this is how we take this. If you guys can see that little fat in there. Y'all, this is just for seasoning. And basically I'm just going to take it and cut it up. It's just to give your green beans some flavor. See, it's just this meat. Look at that. It's just meat. See that? Like meat. And they sell this like this in the grocery store. I cook it in my beans. I cook it in my greens. We use this for all kind of stuff. It's the bomb. You could just put it. My mom puts it in cabbage. Telling y'all, we be working with it. We got to. But yeah, so this is what's going to go on my green beans. That right there. And I'm going to take some of these onions that I have cut up. And this is just going to go on the green beans. I don't need many of them. Just a few. So yeah, this what I'm making right here is for the green beans, which I'm going to start this in a few minutes and get this started. So see you in a little bit. Now I always I pour the juice off of my green beans, but I'm not going to pour too much because I'm going to need some of it to cook. But sometimes, depending on how you're cooking your green beans, but I need that juice, so I'm going to save it. So I'm letting my pan warm up. Let me see if I can show you guys how I'm doing this. I need me a camera person at times. Just Jada need to come on with it. Alright, so I'm going to use that same oil just to put a little bit of oil in this pan. That's about all the oil I need. And you let this meat cook some. Let it fry a little bit. And then once it cooks a little bit, then you add your onions and your garlic. But we're going to go ahead and let that cook a little bit. So all I'm doing is basically going to fry that up, guys, if you can see it. Just like you cooking bacon or something. Let it cook a little bit. And then when it cooks a little bit, then you're going to add your onions and your bell pepper. I'm not putting no bell peppers, but your onions and your garlic. Alright, guys, so our potatoes are done. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, while we're waiting on that to cook, we're going to go ahead and drain our potatoes so we can get these mashed potatoes going. So be careful when you do this, because y'all know y'all can see that steam. So, yeah, we're going to transfer the potatoes into this bowl. Ooh, look at that. And I don't have a potato masher, so what I'm going to use is, y'all already know, if you ain't got no potato masher, just use a fork. I don't think I have one. No. So I'm going to go ahead and get that mashed up, but I use real butter, unsalted butter, guys. If you're going to use some butter, get you some unsalted butter. It's better for you. Let me go over here and stir up this meat. Alright, so we can go ahead and get ready to add some butter. I'm just cutting it up because it makes it easier to melt. And this is I'm using like maybe half a stick or less, because we don't need all that extra stuff. And I don't know about y'all, but season your potatoes with a little black pepper and a little salt, just a little bit. So I can't put a lot of this, it's pink Himalayan salt, but you cannot put a lot of this in your food because it will be salty. They say it's good, better than regular salt, but like I said, you put too much, you'll mess your food off. And if it's not enough salt, I'm sure they'll season and salt it up. But okay, anyway, since I don't have a mash, I'm using this fork to mash up these taters. Yeah, it smells good. I haven't had no homemade mashed potatoes. I don't even know when the last time I cooked any. But I'm only doing this because Stephanie asked me to do a collaboration with her. So, yeah, I'm going to talk to her and see how this is going to work out. But I'm doing it. So this is our supper that I'm making for you guys. Again, this is some mashed potatoes. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of that. Just a little bit of cheese, not a lot. Oh, it smells good. Okay, let me go over here and check on this meat. Alright guys, for some particular reason my volume went down, so I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys exactly what I am doing. So as you can see, I've already had the meat, the ham hocks already fried up a little bit, so I added the onions. And the way we're going to cook these onions, guys, we're just going to cook them to where they have this little slight, just cooking them where they're firm, where they won't be all hard and crispy, guys. And then from there, we're going to get ready to add a few more things to it. But like I was saying, yeah, I don't know what happened to the volume, but the volume on my camera went down pretty much through this whole video. So we just had to go ahead and just stir it up and let it cook. You got to keep a watch on it so that your onions don't burn. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to open this cheese up so we can go ahead and begin to grate this cheese for our mashed potatoes. Oh, before I do that, let me go ahead and add the garlic. And you don't need much garlic. Just add just a little bit of garlic just for the flavoring. But let me remind you, do not cook the garlic long because garlic burns really, really easy. Yeah, I'm going to add a little more because I love garlic. So we're going to just let that just cook just a little bit. Keep stirring it. And the reason I'm stirring it so much is so that it can cook evenly and so that all the onions and the garlic can cook evenly. So that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, if you can just smell how it smells right now, you guys would think we're cooking a feast. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pour the green beans in so they can go ahead and start cooking. As you can see, I kept the juice, and the juice is just so that the flavors can be released from the meat, the onions, and the garlic. I'm going to go ahead and pour those on and stir them up a little bit so it could all get evenly distributed, the seasonings and taste. Look at Jaden, she just came in from the pool saying hi. So her and Journey went for a swim. But we do want to put a little season. So right there I'm putting a little black pepper. I'm also going to add just a little bit. I'm not going to put no salt because the ham hocks themselves are already seasoned. So you'll get salt from that. So let's go ahead and do the mashed potatoes. What I'm doing now is I'm grating the cheese, and I just did like just a little piece of the cheese just to give it some cheesy flavor potatoes. I don't trust these graters because I be thinking they're going to cut me. But with that being said, this had to be done so that we could get the cheese in there. So I'm just going to grate up a little cheese up in here. And because of the potatoes are already hot, that cheese will melt. So that's how we're making those mashed potatoes. Now, you can put whatever you want to put into your mashed potatoes. Look at that. Don't that just look good? But anyway, y'all can put whatever you choose to put in your mashed potatoes. Some people do fully loaded. Some people do garlic. I'm just simply doing cheesy mashed potatoes. And that cheese there was Monterey and Colby Jack mixed together. So I'm just stirring it up so the cheese can start to melt. And then I'm going to I got to be ready to check on the pork chops and make sure the pork chops are okay. So what I'm going to get ready to do, guys, you remember the onions and bell peppers that I cut up? I'm going to go ahead and put some onions. Go ahead and get ready to put the... Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put the onions and bell peppers on top of the pork chops. All of them. And you want to put the onions and garlic... the onions and the bell peppers and whatever garlic you have left all on top of your pork chops. Just like that. Make them even. Make sure all of your pork chops are covered so that seasoning can get in every part of those pork chops. Very, very important if you want that flavor. I'm telling you, it's going to be the bomb. But that's why I let the pork chops cook a little bit so that the seasonings can go ahead and sear into the chops. And then just cover it back with foil and then put it back in the oven. And when you put it in the oven this time, you're going to let it cook for another like 15 minutes or so, because pork chops do not take long to cook. So that's what we're doing now. Check on the green beans, guys, and make sure they are right and they looking good. That's what we're doing so far. So let's see where the rest of this video is going. Alright guys, so the sound isn't in this either, so I'm going to go ahead and just do a voiceover. So now what I just done, I took the pork chops out, and I forgot to show you guys when I put the mushroom, the cream of mushroom on top of the pork chops. Look at that, guys, it looks divine. So yeah, we're just going to take it off, check it, make sure everything is tender, and just let it rest. Let it set there a little bit until it's time. Alright guys, there's our meal. But that's what so we have our mushroom, sorry about the baby, my grandbaby crying, but we got our mushroom and pork chops, we got our green beans, and we got our mashed potatoes, guys. So there it is. So hopefully you guys saw exactly how I fixed this meal, exactly. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Now we're gonna eat this pretty late, but yeah, this is our meal for tonight. So guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and close out this video, I guess you can call. So with that being said, make sure you guys like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Again, thank you Stephanie for requesting this collaboration. Hopefully it'll work for us both, and yeah, maybe we'll do more of these. I am tired now, but it was fun doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that being said, if you have any questions or ideas or something or any recipes you'd like me to try, drop them down in the comment and we're gonna do this. Okay, with that being said, I love you, squad, and here's your nightly kiss. So I'm just gonna taste everything. The green bean, I already knew it was gonna be good. The mashed potatoes.
That looks so good.
She wants you to feed her what?
And the pork chops.
There you go.
When you cook with love, everything tastes
Mama, got
good.
cheese on your
Good night.